Good morning, madam. My name is E. Charan. I am from Triple Department, Triple A section, and my roll number is 244G5802001. And my today's topic is about working principle of operation, measurement of frequency meter, and we can discuss about what is mean by frequency meter and its working principle, and construction of a frequency meters. And what is mean by frequency meter? And frequency meter is a device used to determine the frequency of sinusoidal waveforms, and these waveforms are represented by voltage and current variations of electronic circuits. And in this simplest form, frequency meter is able to detect the number of cycles according to within a fixed time interval of a periodic signal. And the more advanced digital frequency meter can directly display the frequency value up to 3 decimal places of precision. And frequency meter is nothing but it is determined which we can determine the frequency of sinusoidal waveforms, and we can measure the we can waveforms are represented it can be represented by voltage and current electronic circuits. And this simplest form frequency meter is it is able to detect the number of cycles according with the fixed time interval of periodic signal. And this is the varying frequency hedges of the different frequency meters. And it is the ranges of the different ranges of the frequencies. And vibrating read frequency meter in it is frequency form is 10 to 1000 hertz using it is using electromagnetically exact metal reads. And moving coil meters it is up to 900 hertz. And digital frequency meter it can be high frequency frequency we can read up to 10 kilohertz to several gigahertz with high accuracy replaceable order analog meters. And this is the various frequency ranges of the different frequency meters. And this is the diagram about the construction of working moving iron frequency meter. And we can see coil A and coil B, and we can see the resistance RA is placed in series, and LA is also placed in series. And we can connect the A and B coils, and the soft iron piece is perpendicularly connected in the coil A and coil B. And the inductance and the resistance is placed in uh, LA and RA and LA is placed in parallel to the circuit. And we can give due to supply voltage in here. And we can use the inductance because of the uh, inductance we can withstand we can does not allow these sudden changes of the currents. And coil A is it consists coil A and coil B, and the resistance is and resistance is RA, and resistance LA in parallel. And this is all about the construction. And we can see the working of the frequency meter. And this is all about the information of the construction to the frequency meter. And we can go through the working principle of the frequency meter. When the supply is connected to the meter, to the current pass to the coil A and coil B, but and by passing to the two coils, the producing the torques in two coils. And when the supply frequency increases, then the current of the coil A increases, and decrease in the coil B. And in this iron needle lies more near to the magnetic axis of the coil A for low frequency. And the current coil B is increases and the current coil A decreases. And this is nothing but when the frequency is increased, then the coil A increases and coil B is decreases. When the frequency is decreases, coil B increases and the coil A is decreases. This is all about the this is the working of the frequency meter, moving iron frequency meter. And we go through the another frequency meter is vibrating reed frequency meter. This is the digital electronic meter. We can see what is the construction of the vibrating reed frequency meter is it consists thin flat steel and reed with arranged alongside, and these reeds are near to the electromagnet. And the electromagnet consists of laminated armature and winding connected to the resistance in the series on it. And we can connect to series to the armature. Uh, we can see the laminated armature and winding connected to the resistance. It can be connected in series of the circuit. When the winding is connected to the AC supply, this whole frequency is measured. The metallic reeds are the 4 wide and 0.5 thickness. And metallic it can be the measurement of metallic reeds are 4 width and 5 thickness of the metallic reeds. And the metallic reeds are arranged in row and consist of flexible base. Of this basis carries armature and electromagnet, and the reeds are colored with our white color. And it is having a colored structure. And these are read arranged in ascending order to frequency scale. Because of we can easily measure to the frequency where the range of the frequency the were coming up to. We can see the what is the range various frequency is coming to the frequency meter. And this is the working of the vibrating reed frequency meter. We can measure the frequency of the circuit. It compulsory to connect the frequency to the supply frequency. It is very compulsory to supply frequency. When we can connect the supply frequency, then only we can get the output of the frequency meter. And the electromagnet is connected to the supply with the frequency to be measured. Then only we can measure the frequency. When when the supply is connected to the meter, the mechanism is electromagnetic alternates with the same frequency, and the electromagnetic exerts the attracting force on the reed and every half cycle. And we can see in every half cycle the one on the electromagnetic mechanism will act the frequency meter. The same frequency of electromagnetic exerts the attracting force in every half cycle in the frequency vibrating frequency meter. And this is the one of the working principle of the vibrating meter frequency meter. And we can see the advantages of the frequency meter is it indications are independent, and its readings are reliable, and these are very cheap. And disadvantages is nothing but the reading is not to be observed properly. If the frequencies difference is off cycle between the adjacent uh, reads, it is not to be perfect when the frequency different. We can see the where every off cycle it changes the frequency. And this is all about the working principle and construction of the frequency meter and advantages and disadvantages. Thank you, madam.